All right, what's up, guys? So I haven't really told you much that's been going on. I've been kind of away doing certain things, coming back. The Pomona swap meet video that you guys saw, that's kind of like what I've been up doing. I've been doing a lot of stuff with Michael and a couple other things here and there. And I haven't told you much about the green truck. So what's going on with the green truck? Well, the green truck is actually being sold. A lot of you guys were kind of curious about when I was going to sell it, what I was going to sell it for, why I was selling it. And stuff like that, and if I was even going to sell it. A lot of people are really in doubt that I was going to sell it, and actually it is being sold. The guy came back last night and checked it out, really liked it. We made a deal. He's going to do some stuff with stuff. We'll actually like seal the deal, and then he'll take it home. So from then to now, and from now till when he picks it up, I want to take the time to go ahead and clean a couple things up. I want to make sure the truck's really good for him, because it actually is staying local, and I'm really excited about that. And it's not really going to be torn apart. He's actually going to kind of fix it up. He might even paint it and do stuff like that with it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the time to go ahead and mess with a couple things that were kind of making me mad. And for one, like you could see when I walked out, was the taillights. They're kind of weird. Like you turn the left signal on, and a little bit of this one will come on, and then all of that one will come on, and the running lights won't turn on for some weird reason, which is what I'm really trying to figure out, because you can have no brake lights, but you need to have at least running lights when it's at night and you're at least driving, so people can see the back of you, let alone not see you at all. I've been driving this truck for a while to where legitimately you cannot see any lights come out of the back of this thing unless you're using a turn signal or going in reverse or something stupid like that. So you legitimately would have to drive it with the hazards on to be able for anyone to even see you. So I want to go ahead and fix that right now. Clean up the thing. It's been sitting down at a dirt lot, which is where I had it for sale for about a week, and it's kind of covered in dirt. So I'm going to go ahead and wash it, actually. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and figure out what's going on with these lights. See if I can get these lights to somewhat work, or at least diagnose the problem, because I think when someone put trailer brakes in this a long time ago, it kind of messed with the wiring, and it's wiring. So I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It's probably a little bit too bright, but there's two prongs in there, and only one of them's lighting up. And I actually have the headlights on right now, and I'm not getting the driving lights on either side, and I'm not getting any sort of brake lights. So I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the socket, but I'm going to go ahead and figure that out real quick. All right, so this bulb is legitimately trashed. So this is the reverse bulb, so I need to get a new one of these, so I'm gonna go get one right now. All right, so I'm driving around in my sister's car. I'm going to go get the headlight or the tail light for the F-250 real quick. And since it's a nice quiet car, because I don't drive these ever, I thought I'd actually take the time to explain something that I should have a long time ago that I never really did. So for the people that are watching this, I guess, and are curious because it's not in the title anywhere, you're welcome. So a long time ago, I posted the video about my friend's 65 F-100 that I was going to buy. He had that truck. It's been sitting for, I think, 9 or 10 years. It was on the side of his house. His dad bought it, drove it home, started tearing into it, and it was going to be kind of a father and son project. And it was eventually going to be Johnny, who's the son, who was my friend. It was going to be his first vehicle. It turned out later on that he's just not a car guy, and he got his Honda, and that's what he drives. So he just didn't really, the truck was not an interest to him. So that's where I came in. I remember seeing it at a birthday party I went over there for, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I just started talking to him because he sat in my math class. We started talking about it, and I was like, dude, I'll buy that. What do you want for it? And he asked his dad, and that's where the price of $500 came in. But here's the real thing with that truck. It's not just a $500 truck that I can just buy, fix, and get rid of. That truck has about $800 in back fees in it. And that's just doesn't make sense to spend $500 on the purchase price, spend $800 to $900 to get it registered and insured, and then I'm looking at this $1,300 to $1,400 into the truck before I can even turn a wrench. And I would eventually, if I was going to buy that and fix it and put all my money and parts and time into it, I would probably end up selling that truck between $1,500 and $2,000. Because it's a long bed standard F-100. What do you get there? That's the most basic F-Series truck you can get. It had a 352 in it with long tubes and a little Flowmaster thing on it. It needed a rebuilt carb, a freshened up engine, all new fluids, that kind of stuff. 3 on the column behind it with a shifter. The 3 on the column, same as mine, a 3 on the tree. But the shifter was kind of busted, so it would have needed a rebuilt the column, and I didn't want to mess with the column. That's the last thing I would ever want to rebuild is a steering column. And for anyone that's actually done it knows what I'm talking about. They're kind of a pain. And so I'm kind of just like dropping that truck. I drive by it all the time on my way into town. I see the truck all the time. Kind of just sits there. It's almost sad because if I don't get it, no one's probably going to get it up and running. But it's just like that's the kind of truck that you would buy as a personal project, not to sell, because it's really not worth it. Unless he was going to give that truck to me for like $100, there's not really a point in me getting it. Because at the end of the day, I'd probably make, what, $400 on the whole truck? Not really worth my time. So that F-150 is probably going to get just stored away. It'll just sit there where it's been for the last 10 years for a little while longer. It's kind of cringy to think about. And it kind of sucks, but what are you really going to do? And of course, this has been my most recent thing that I've been getting comments on. What happened to the Jeep? Everyone knows about the Jeep. The Jeep was a J10. It was an 85 J10 that we pulled out. That video got more hate than I've ever gotten in a video for many reasons. I totally understand why, but I'm gonna get this motorcycle out of my way. Be nice. That was my friend Chris's project. It was his girlfriend's Jeep that she's had for 9 years. I don't know, something like that. Sat in the weeds for, I don't know how long, 5, 6, 7 years, however long. Oh my God, don't hit my freaking mirror. And we decided to pull it out. We wanted to simply pull it out of there and just kind of like look at it and see what's going on with the truck. And I thought it'd be cool to make a video out of it. And because it was not my project, my wallet isn't attached to it. Therefore, Chris had a $20 bill and we're fixing this truck, and I was like, okay. And so we spent that $20 on a starting solenoid, which is what the truck needed. It kept blowing the starting solenoid, which I said in the video because it had a bad ground somewhere in the wiring harness and it just kept blowing it up because those starting solenoids are very temperamental. And so we spent it on the first one, didn't get a lifetime warranted one, blew it up, and then we're sitting there. And I was like, I'm not paying for you. And so we're just kind of sitting there, not doing anything, messing around. I was simply there helping, and then I wanted to wire in my gauge lights like I did. And so it's just kind of like, it was a project, but it wasn't meant to be as serious as it was. It was taken way too seriously. I got more comments than I can even count saying how we don't deserve the Jeep or stupid things like that. But it's a car, and if we actually will, eventually one day that vehicle will get taken out of there, and Chris will probably take care of it and do his own thing with it, and I will film it. But it's just the fact that we're not really, he's not financially ready to build something like that. I mean, he's a college student too, and he's also got his Camaro that he's building, so he's not really ready. But regardless, that Jeep, everyone's asking what happened to it. The basic thing is we pulled it out, we started messing with some of the stuff. We were all acting extremely immature, I know. I ended up getting a bunch of dislikes and hates for that. It's just, what are you gonna do when you got $20 and you're sitting there and you want this Jeep to drive, but you cannot get the thing to fire, and you don't have, maybe we didn't have the knowledge to fix it, but more importantly, we didn't have the money. I could probably have gotten that thing to run pretty easily, I guess, if we could just continuously start swapping out those starting solenoids and just get it to crank over, but we could not even get the key to turn that thing. So we had a big issue with that. But really the Jeep is, it's just like the F-150. It's probably just going to sit for a little while longer. I'm hoping, I bugged the crap out of Chris to get off his butt and actually go look and do something with that, because that Jeep is almost free to him and we could totally do some cool stuff with that. But I just think because we're starting school here soon that he's just going to take his sweet time. But I'm not going to force anything on him. It's not my project. I got my own stuff to deal with. But I'll definitely see if we can at least go over there and take a look and do some more explaining, and we can hear his side of things. But for those of you wondering what happened to the Jeep, we pretty much pulled it out, did our thing, act pretty stupid and immature, which I'm apologizing for now. Everyone that is new to my channel, based on the amount of views that got, that was their first impression of me, and that's what pissed me off the most, because I don't always act like that at all. We pulled it out, did our thing, and pretty much after I left, they pretty much just pushed it back in the weeds, closed the hood, and it's been sitting there for the last couple months for the same reason. Will it get fixed? Yeah. Chris will probably take it in. It'll probably be, I couldn't give you a time, but I'm hoping it won't be more than a few months. But when that thing gets an update, you can be sure that I'll be there to record it. we can get one of these. There we go, right there. Nice. Ah, this car makes me cringe. Ah, damn it. Oh, that bulb's broken now. Alright, so everything's back together. Yeah, so you can see the bulbs now work. I only placed one because that's the only one that needed to be replaced, and obviously it's brighter now. So now we're gonna wash this thing because it kind of needs to be washed. It hasn't been washed in a while, but I just want to be nice at least and wash it. Oh yes, how I'm gonna miss this thing. I had a ton of fun with this thing, honestly, and the guy that's getting it, he's getting a good project for sure. This is like the best starting point you can get, a rust-free F-Series truck with like literally brand new tires on it. They're just kind of a little bit dry rotted because they're old, but they have so much tread on them. Choke works. Hey, it works. I didn't even touch the pedals. That's good. Dang, I'm almost gonna miss this. It's such a big truck too. Oh, what the frick? Alright, so where I originally bought the truck, and I'm getting the fifth wheel hitch for it, which I think is over here. So, a long time ago, multiple years ago actually, me and Sean came over to this place and there were tons, and I mean tons, of Ford racing parts. Hemi stuff, there was a vintage V12. I'm gonna be kind of quiet, but I think they moved out the stuff. Oh my goodness. They did move everything out because a long time ago, the only vehicle left on the property was a Lincoln. And I'm about to show you that Lincoln. Now I have the pictures of this from a long time ago. But this thing is perfect. I'm gonna guess mid-50s Lincoln Capri. God damn, I hope no one sees me. I am trespassing, just in case you guys are wondering. But this is a rust-free body with a perfect interior. to the dash. It's perfect. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I could never get the hood open, but I'm gonna briefly, there's a man that I talked to that actually brought me and Sean to this property years ago, and I'm gonna see if I can, I know where he lives, so I'm gonna go actually knock on the door one of these days, see if I can go back to this property, because the story is that the man that owns this property had Alzheimer's, and he was a big car guy, and they were going to sell all the stuff because what's he gonna do with it? And I don't think he had a son or someone to give it to. So they were selling off all the parts, and we went there. I got a bunch of cool stuff. Sean got a bunch of rare Buick stuff. It was pretty fun, but whatever they didn't sell was going to go to Arizona. Some guy was going to buy it all, and it was going to go to a junkyard out there. But I can see the Lincoln's still there, and I see some of the vehicles that were still there, and so I'm going to hopefully go out and knock on the door and see if I can tour that yard again. And if the parts are still there, we're going to be buying some stuff, and it's going to be a very, very cool video, because there are some really, like, there were stacks of nothing but Hemi valve covers that say powered by Dodge, and really vintage stuff, and it was some cool stuff, and I wish I could have filmed it, and I didn't. I actually hadn't even really started my channel then, but it's just something I definitely should have filmed. So that's just a little taste of what's over there. So that's kind of like a yard I want to go look at, but hopefully we'll get to do that. I'm gonna get going because it's really hot sitting here. This is sad to me, you know. I mean, to a lot of people, it's nothing else. It's just another video. But this is the last thing that you'll see of this truck. Really, this is the last video I'm gonna make with it. The last video I can make with it. I'm selling it, so you're not gonna see it anymore. It's just kind of depressing for me because I know the work and the time I put into this thing. And just to see it go, it kind of really sucks. But it's great that it's going to a good home. The guy that's buying it, he's hopefully going to reupholster the seat, learn how to reupholster himself. He's going to, oh, look at that up 100. He's going to paint it. He's actually going to learn how to paint. He's hopefully going to paint this whole truck, pull the motor, freshen, pretty much just restore this thing, which is awesome. Because I don't have the funds or like the interest to actually restore this thing, but it's glad that I'm super happy that someone actually wants to. All right, so that's pretty much it. My camera battery died, and so I was basically saying that I'm really happy that the guy that's taking this truck is actually going to take the time to do it right. He's going to probably pull a lot of the parts out, probably pull the motor and trans out, and do all these things that I wasn't able to do, which is really great. I'm going to get to see the truck again when it's actually like getting different stages done to it, and I can see the big changes, and I'll let you guys see it too. I'll make sure to update you guys on that. But it's the last time you'll see the truck. The truck's actually been sold. My camera died. I sold it that night. Didn't film any of that for personal reasons. So this is the next day I'm filming it. And I'm kind of closing this video. I know it's about a 17-18 minute long video. It's pretty long. But yeah, so coming up forward, what am I gonna buy next, right? That's what everyone wants to know. I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted, but I'm gonna set myself short on that because it's just such an expensive project that I just can't afford it quite yet. And I'm also starting school in less than a week. Actually, as of right now, I'm starting in 2 days. For you guys, I'm probably watching this, I already have started. So I need something that I can drive. I'm gonna be driving my truck like around school, and then I'm going to be having a project here that I can go ahead and tinker with, and I can make a little bit of money on that. And I think that will boost me up to where I can afford the car I want, and then that project will start. But I want something in the middle, in between these two, that I can do, and at the same time I want to be able to do stuff to my truck too. And if I bought this expensive car that I want, I'm not going to be able to afford to do what I want to my truck. So my truck's going to get a very efficient upgrade that it's been needing for quite a long time, that I can't wait to show you guys. At least that's what's planned. And the vehicle I'm getting, I've already pretty much sealed the deal. It's just when I'm going to do it. It's a buddy of mine's vehicle. I've been looking at it for months and months and months, and I'm finally going to go ahead and tinker with it. And I think it'll make a lot of you guys happy. It's really different. It's bringing a different kind of style to the channel, different kind of build. I'm super happy with it. It's gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. If you like the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, still like the video anyways. Go ahead and click that bell next to my subscribe button if you aren't seeing my videos. I don't know if a lot of people are seeing my videos, but I noticed my subscriber to view count is kind of all over the place lately. So go ahead and hit that bell so you can get a notification when I post a video. And go ahead and watch the videos, because I try as hard as I can to get videos out, and I try as hard as I can to make them decent quality for you guys, because I'm very limited with what I can do. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. I post a lot of cool hot rod and classic content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.